And we are live. Theme song.
Oh, it's time to get real. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one now. You got a question for RLM? It's time to get some answers, baby. Oh, now we get real. It's time to get down. You're gonna feel good now.
Time to get real. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I am your host, global happiness specialist Rebecca L. Norrington, and I've been watching a couple of other shows that I really like. And the whole, first of all, I'm a little bit late. Well, late 9:10. I'm going to practice being a little bit earlier and on time, starting the show at 9 sharp Pacific Standard Time. I digress. How am I getting off into the weeds? Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, global happiness specialist Rebecca L. Norrington, and today's show is going to be everything that I've been practicing for the last few months, longer than a few months. It's probably been at least a couple of years, but I'm finding at 70 years old, don't tell anybody, 77. I'm finding that the universe is honing, is focusing. Scratch that. The lowest common denominator. The lowest common denominator is separating separating the two entities of mind and who you are in actuality, which is presence, consciousness, awareness. So the whole thing is separating you. I am not this mind. I am not the mind. I am not the stories. I am beyond that, meaning my existence is beyond this human limitation. And that's what we're going to talk about today, the limitations and the preferences of the mind. And that is the key. That's it. It's everything. There is nothing, well, there's a couple of other things, but the biggest focus is, scratch that. One of the biggest challenges is to separate this human Rebecca from another entity, which is all consciousness, which is universal, which is on another level. And let me just share a little bit. Let me back up a little bit. Happiness. My definition of happiness is the ability to vibrate an energy, a personal energy of peace and contentment, regardless of what happens. The ability to vibrate an energy of peace and contentment, regardless of what happens, regardless of the circumstances. Everybody knows, I mean, this is thousands and thousands of years now. Everybody knows, well, scratch that, not everybody knows, but the peace, the contentment is found within, is within. And in fact, however you view the world, however you define the world, describe the world, is a direct reflection on what's going on inside of you. That's why I Everything's in order. Everything's in order. Everything's in order. Trusting that, knowing that, believing that. This is this. I just want to give you an example. I am really focused on this one aspect of living on this planet. This mind is never satisfied. This mind is never content. This mind is never at peace. I'm going to take the words never away. Most likely, how about that? Most highly likely, never at peace, never able to, I'm going to take the never out. Most likely, never satisfied. And I'm going to give you an example. If I pick something up, you know, I'm talking about food. If I pick up a meal, scratch that. This mind will find something wrong with mostly every experience. From not getting enough sauce, extra sauce, to what happened yesterday? I was ordering a vegan chicken sandwich. And I love this place. It's the chicken sandwich. I mean, it tastes just like chicken. Right after I ordered the chicken sandwich, which is one of my favorites, I have another favorite, one more. And that is the Reuben sandwich. There's a Reuben sandwich with mozzarella cheese, Russian dressing, pastrami, and it's all vegan. After I ordered the chicken sandwich, very happy. Oh, and I ordered a cheese quesadillas also, quesadilla, children's. After I ordered that, guess what? I look down and I see that there is the Reuben sandwich, which is also another one of my favorites. It's on special that day. My point is that the mind is always looking for, without a rest, without a vacation, the mind is always looking for or having a preference. The mind always has a preference, whether it's weather, whether it's a circumstance, whether it's, I wish I would have ordered the Reuben sandwich instead of the chicken sandwich. Have you noticed that the mind is constantly active and constantly dissatisfied? There is little to no hope, discovery that the mind is going to bring peace. Not this mind. This mind isn't conducive to peace, not for a long period of time. This mind is always looking for, is looking, it's not always, but has preferences, believes that something else should be happening in the moment. This mind is very fickle. It will take me on a journey from Mount Everest to the depths of the sea in an hour. The topic of today's show is preferences and limitations of the mind. And when you start discovering and realizing that the mind will always have a preference, that the mind will most likely always take me into a state of discontent, regardless of how good, when I say good, I mean it energetically, how flowy everything is going, how everything is flowing. The mind, I'm telling you right now, thinks that it is in charge and thinks and wants Rebecca to believe, here we go, wants Rebecca to believe that she is the mind, that the mind is her identity. And and the goal is, the intention is to transcend this mind, transcending the mind to get to discover the real, the truth, the secret to all of to all of this existence. But it's not found with the mind. And in fact, 99, well, I'm going to say 98.9% of the population is held prisoner by this mind. And when I say held prisoner, I mean is a captive prisoner of their mind, is a captive prisoner of what's going on in of the thoughts, captive prisoner, and to the point where there is evidence, there is strong belief, there is a leaning to this has to be right. And I'm here to say, I'm here to share, to tell you, practice not believing, practice not trusting, practice letting go of giving any power to this mind. Why? Because it's limited. Why? Because its its purpose is not peace. Its purpose is to hostile take over. Its purpose is to hostilely take over, and it is hostile to the truth. Hostile takeover of this, whoever you're seeing right now. I'm telling you, after decades and decades and decades of research, study, real life experiences, the mind is not what you think it is. The mind is not you. The mind is not in charge. However, there has been, when I say hostile takeover, and it is not even hostile, sometimes it's a loving takeover or a noble takeover. The mind is beyond, I was going to say comprehension, but the universe is beyond comprehension. And the mind is it doesn't even, it can't even compete, is just a speck, is just a drop, is just a grain of sand compared to the universe's power, creativity, allness. Getting stuck in this head with its beliefs and its limited capability to find, its limited ways to find peace, its limited ability to maintain peace. Anytime I'm feeling there is a lack of connection, which there is always a connection. You are always connected. There is never a disconnect. There is just a lack of awareness. There is a lack of awareness, that presence, that God, that the universe, that source is really the identity. And it is source having a human experience. It is the universe having a physical experience. It is God living through the person. There's no separation. The only thing that is separate, the mind wants, believes, pulls on separation. And in fact, there's no separation between me and there's no, Lord, I don't even want to say this. Oh, I don't even want to say it. And there's no separation between the most, what this world would deem the most diabolical, evil person. I didn't even want to say that. This mind can't even comprehend that. The whole key is that you are not your mind, you are not your stories, you are not your thoughts. And I'm just going to quote my friend Guy Finley, who says, the feel is real. The feelings are real, but the why is a lie. I've said that 100 times, a million times. The feel is real, but the why is a lie. But getting back to this preferences, I teach the classes. It's called the Truth About Happiness classes, and I gave the class homework. And the homework assignment was to come up with a word that there is no judgment behind it. Come up with a word that is neutral. Come up with a neutral word to insert or to use, as opposed to words that automatically have a judgment built in. I'll give you an example. Negative. That's already, the word negative already has a judgment built in. Negative, unless you're doing scientific negative, positive. There is a judgment about negative. That negative is not good. Positive is good. Negative is not good. Respect is good. Not respect is not good. Guilt is not good. Grief, it goes on and on and on. But the homework assignment was to attach or write out or come up with a neutral word for these words that automatically have a judgment built in. And the words are anger, sad, anxiety, loneliness, guilt, shame, despair, regret, forgiveness, hate, disdain, blame, hopeless, unfortunately, and worry. Those are the words that I wrote down and said, find a neutral word, find a neutral word, a neutral energetic word. And so this assignment was not understood because no one did it right. Oh, you know what? Back up. That's not true. So I'm looking at this list of answers from this homework. All for naught, energy. Like that anger, embarrassed, dark, evil emotion. I'm just looking at these words and I'm So for an example, a neutral word for anxiety. A neutral word for anxiety would be in a state of readiness, high alert. I know there's more than one word. High alert, aware, anxiety, sparked, sparked. The practice is to find neutral words as opposed to words that automatically have a judgment built in. Now, the mind would not want to do this assignment. The mind wants to keep all judgments in place. In fact, the mind is the favorite thing to do is find a judgment about anything. A judgment about weather, judgment about the neighbor, a judgment about the news, a judgment about the state of the world, state of the country, a judgment about a certain group of people, judgment about a culture, the judgment about a race, the judgment of, it goes on and on and on. The judgment about where someone lives. The point is, when you're born, when we were all born, there is no judgment. All judgment is formed. All judgment is a program. All judgment subtracts from that energy, from the vibration, from the personal vibration and energy of contentment and peace. All judgments. Judging others means that you just judge yourself. And so the practice is to be aware and maintain a state of neutrality. But let's go back to the mind being limited. If you know that your mind is so limited, then why is there so much reliance on it? The mind is good. I mean, it is tricky. It has so many different disguises. It can go from a well-meaning, noble reason, or it can go to the depths of dislike and disdain and hate. And let me just paint this picture. I'm visualizing right now this puppets. The puppets that are held with the strings and somebody's. That's what the mind is doing. The mind is working the human like a puppet. The mind is working the human. Kick here, kick there, feel this, feel that, judge this, judge that. And do it all day long. And do it for the rest of your life. A puppet. And I'm here to say that this being held hostage, this puppeteering is over after 70 years. Did I 70? 70. It's 70 with a T, not 70. 70 years. It's over. Everything listen, I'm looking around. Do you think everything is in order? Do you think that the mind sees and thinks that there's something that doesn't need to be changed, that doesn't need to happen? No, this mind is constantly perusing, constantly observing, constantly watching for what it doesn't want, what unwanted moments, what it doesn't want to experience, what doesn't want to believe, it's constant. And the separation is key. Why would I allow a defective, limited, moody, well, it's not unpredictable. It's very predictable. The mind is very predictable, especially when you're talking about feeling discontent. It's very predictable. I can always predict. I can always predict what this mind is going to do. And it's the same thing all the time. And if I can predict it, so can you. And the prediction is it has one purpose. One purpose. The mind has one purpose. And that is to make me, when I say me, Rebecca, believe, number one, that yes, I am the mind. This is me. Yes. And to find discontentment, to find something, to find some type of wrong in the moment. From you didn't get enough teriyaki sauce, to you didn't order the right sandwich, to the neighbor across the street. The noticing what other people are doing is a real big one. That's another program. Noticing what other people are doing and making a judgment about it. It is so freeing not to have to look at other people, meaning watch other people and judge them. I'm telling you, I did it all my life. Wow. But now the truth is everyone is on their specific, personal, highly, highly individual journey. And everything that they are experiencing and everything that I am experiencing in this limited time frame is purposeful and has a reason. There is a reason and a purpose behind everything I experience, everything, especially the things that feel like that's unwanted. No, thank you. Everything. So the practice now is to embrace and look forward to every moment. And if there is a moment that feels unwanted, I don't want this. Know that the awareness can take you to a place of transcending that. Meaning you hear the mind going, the mind will go, the mind will speak, the mind will not be quiet. Yet, at least this is my experience. This mind will not be quiet. It's got to say something. However, now I know that whatever is going on in there has nothing to do with this identity. Nothing. Not even related. I'm not even related to the mind. Can you imagine at an early age, without the programming, and the programming starts right at birth, because at birth there is an energy that of unity and connectiveness. Everything is connected. There is no separation. The baby doesn't get separation. The separation only comes from the mind and the programming. I'm just on this, and I'm sharing this for the reason that it is very, very helpful. And the other practice is to know that whatever unfolds and how anything unfolds is part of a reason too, and part of a purpose also. Everything has purpose, but no meaning. No meaning. What kind of crap is that? It just is. It's really letting go of all the programming at this stage. And it's time. It's time for all of us to rise up and shed that warden that is the mind. It is the mind that causes the suffering. It is the mind that is causing. In fact, everything is meaningless until the mind and the ego puts a meaning on it. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Any questions? I have people that are in the chat, and also hold on, let me just check here. Any questions? I love questions. Let me just read. This is from students in the class, The Truth About Happiness. And the question is, list 1 to 5 things that would make you instantly happier. Question: I need to find happiness in spite of the things around me. I'm going to say that, and again, happiness is an energy. Happiness is a state of being. The way I define happiness, happiness is an energy of contentment and peace. And I've said that a lot. It is an energy. It is a state of being. And so how do you maintain and sustain that state? Which is, the answer is knowing the truth about this life, knowing the truth about this journey, knowing the truth that, number 1, it's going to be over. Number 2, that can we just start enjoying the ride without the extra stories and without the judgment and without the preferences? Can we just start enjoying all of this? Can we just start, scratch the we? Can I just start being in the moment more often? Living is living in the moment, in the present moment, nowhere else, not in the past, not in the future. And the present moment, and in the present moment, the mind, and especially the practice of staying in the present moment, living in the present moment, the mind just is really suffering with that one. Let me look at these questions here. Shame. Okay. 5 things that would make you instantly happier: being at peace with oneself. Happiness is not instant. I am working on it. It is not instant. And I'm going to say that what is that? I'm going to say that I practice using the word practice, not working or trying, just practicing. Look at this one. 5 more things that would make you instantly happier. Here we go. This isn't the truth. The first one: win the lottery. That's not true. People think, scratch that. People are programmed to think that having a lot of money is going to be the end of all problems. And people really believe that money, scratch that, are programmed to believe that, number 1, money is the answer, and money is the answer to problems, and also money buys freedom. No, it does not. Freedom is here. You can be free. You can be free inside of a jail cell. Freedom all comes from here. And if you have billions of dollars, if you are a billionaire, and you're not free of, and people have to talk to you a certain way, or people have to acknowledge you, or other people have to, I don't know, or how about this? Or if you have fear, or if you are regretful, or you have shame. It goes on and on and on. Money cannot take any of that away. Money cannot take away the mental. Ooh, that's a good one. Money cannot take away the mental. And let me say, my best friend, My best friend worked around, you name it in the world. And I'm not even going to tell that story. This is the point. The point is, the more wealthy people can still be the most miserable. I mean, as far as unhappy. There are people that are homeless living on the street that can vibrate an energy of contentment and peace. But the programming is that there is something that can bring peace. And you may be at peace for a minute or two when all the bills get paid, but money has nothing to do with contentment. And anybody with billions of dollars or millions of dollars will tell you the same thing, will share the same thing. I mean, listen, it seems like it would help a lot of shit, but no. And everybody with a lots of money knows that. Still gets angry, is insecure, still is fearful, still worries, still complains, still has preferences, still is a victim of the mind. Okay, I think that's the end of today's show, unless I don't see any more questions coming up. I don't see any more questions. Nope, no questions. Okay, well, we've come to the end of today's show. Reality. Here I am, I'm still here. The end of today's show. Reality Spirituality is heard every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And follow me on X. My website is RebeccaNorrington.com. Follow me on LinkedIn. Instagram handle is Reality Spirituality. Like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Until next week, my dear audience, I want you to remember who you are. You are an extension of the universe. Your conscious energy, which is always evolving, always changing, always growing. Love is patient and love is kind. Be kind and be patient with yourself and to yourself. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. It is about the journey. This is the latest book, Program for Unhappiness. And in this book, I list 56 program behaviors. Program for Unhappiness. It is on Amazon. And also in the book, I list 26 behaviors that add to happiness. And again, happiness, contentment, inner peace are all energetic. It's an energetic vibe. It's an energetic feeling. It is a vibration that is emitted. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality with global happiness specialist, Rebecca L. Norrington. Remember, happiness is a practiced skill. And I promise you, the more you practice, the more you will experience the more you will experience what the focus is. What are you focused on? Scratch that. Is the mind, is the ego in charge, or are you? Scratch the you. Or are you following, or are you, scratch that, identifying with presence and awareness and not the human? Why not the human? Because the human is limited. Why not the human? Because the human has preferences. Why not the human? Because the human doesn't value peace. And that's that. Oh, I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to make any promises, because the promise is, making a promise. How do I know if I am feeling a certain way today? How do I know how I'm going to feel tomorrow? So I practice inspiration in the moment. No planning, No, tomorrow I'm going to, no, planning nothing. And that's another practice. That's another program behavior, being, um, feeling uncomfortable with uncertainty. No, there's a lot of peace with uncertainty, but again, that's a practice. Okay, that's enough. Queuing up the theme song. Thank you for listening.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience.
Reality, spirituality.
Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man.
Shout out to my one and only. What's up? Number one and only son. Get down. Nathan. I love you, Nathan. Enjoy the week.